Please take a moment to find your seats and help us make room for others by filling in open spaces and moving toward the center of each row. We'll be getting started shortly. Thank you. We are so happy to have you all with us tonight. As we get ready to begin, please take a moment to silence or lower the volume on your phones.
I don't. Yeah. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for being here this evening. Thank you for being great partners in our community. And tonight is about a new beginning for Washtenaw County, the next chapter in what comes for us as a community. I'd like to begin this evening with our rock, Debbie Dingle. She has always supported this community, and everything that she does helps us be better together. Debbie?
Aren't they supposed to be out here with me? Yeah, come out here. I wasn't even supposed to speak, so this is, Debbie Dingle off the cuff, which I never do. But it's really an honor. It's great to see so many friends as we celebrate the Bicentennial, the 200th anniversary of Washtenaw County. I can't say that it's the best county because I represent 4 counties, but I'm a proud resident of Washtenaw County, and all of you are very, very wonderful friends. And I did speak on the floor of the House about the Bicentennial, and we're really excited to all be here to hear from you tonight. And I don't even know who I'm giving this to. Am I giving it to Greg? All right, I'll give it to Greg. Thank you. Welcome. Let's have fun celebrating.
Wow.
We got to see everybody. Yeah, you're the tall one. Under the sign. Crowd participation. Better? We do. Past, present, and the future.
No, please.
He's asking me to move.
No, don't do it.
No.
We're a team. Okay. And on with the show.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it.
Oh, look at you guys.
You can follow Shannon.
Or they could go around the back. Yeah.
Oh, we can go this way. Okay, bye. Where's Charlie? Right there. Hey, Charlie. Okay. Now we need the flowers.
Please rise, if you're able, for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Girl Scout Troop 40003 of the Ypsilanti area.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job.
Good job, good job, good job.
A young artist shaped by discipline and dedication, leading, competing, and performing with excellence. Please stand, if you're able, for the playing of the national anthem by Miss Ami Masuda. guided, experienced, committed to this community. A leader in education and a champion for opportunity, she has dedicated her work to opening doors and strengthening futures across Washtenaw County. Please welcome the host of tonight's State of the County, Dr. Rose B. Belanca.
Good evening, and welcome to Washtenaw Community College, your college. Tonight's a special moment, not only because we're gathering for the first ever State of the County, but we're also helping kick off Washtenaw County's Bicentennial year, a time to reflect on where we've been and where we're going together. We're truly honored to host this event because WCC exists because of this community and for this community. The people of Washtenaw County have supported the college for decades, and it's a privilege to open our doors tonight to you. For 60 years, Washtenaw Community College has been part of this county's story, helping students of all ages build skills, launch careers, and create better futures for themselves and for their families. And at the same time, we've worked alongside employers, educators, and civic leaders to strengthen the workforce and support economic growth across this region. And that work continues because the future of Washtenaw County depends on all of us working together. Our partners that are here tonight, our elected officials, our educators, our business and nonprofit leaders, thank you. Thank you so much, because your leadership and collaboration are what makes this county such a dynamic and forward-looking place. We're proud to stand with you, alongside of you, not just as a host for this evening, but as an ongoing partner in building opportunity, strengthening talent, and shaping what the next chapter of this county will look like. Thank you for being here and for all you do for Washtenaw County. And now, please turn your attention to the screen for a welcome from your Washtenaw County elected officials.
200 years ago, Washtenaw County was formally established.
But our story did not begin then.
Long before there were district or county lines,
this land was home to indigenous communities who lived, governed, and stewarded it for generations.
This land was never empty.
It has always been a place of belonging.
Over time, new communities arrived.
Roads were built, townships were formed,
institutions were created.
What began as a shared land became shared government.
And generation by generation, Washtenaw continued to grow.
In our records, you can see courage.
In the stewardship of public resources, you can see responsibility.
In our rivers and lakes, you can see commitment.
In the pursuit of justice, you can see accountability.
In our courts, you can see fairness
and due process at work.
Today, Washtenaw County is home to more than history.
It is home to innovation and education.
To small businesses and global companies.
To farmlands and city streets.
To lifelong residents and first-generation arrivals.
We document your milestones.
We safeguard your shared investments.
We protect the systems that sustain us.
We serve every neighborhood.
We stand for justice.
We uphold the law.
We work every day to maintain the public's trust.
But tonight is not only about where we have been.
It is about what's possible.
Possible when we expand access to housing.
Possible when we prioritize health.
Possible when mental health care is accessible.
Possible when we invest in our children.
Possible when older adults can age with dignity.
Possible when we protect our environment.
Possible when we strengthen our food system.
Possible when we build an economy that works for everyone.
Possible when government is transparent, responsible, equitable, and accessible.
200 years ago, foundations were laid.
Today, we build upon them.
Tomorrow, others will build upon us.
This is the work of generations.
This is the responsibility of leadership.
Different roles,
different perspectives,
different responsibilities.
One record.
One fiscal future.
One community to protect.
One standard of justice.
One shared responsibility.
One shared trust.
From past
to present
to possible.
We move forward together.
With courage,
with responsibility,
with vision,
with integrity,
with hope.
Because beyond our titles,
Beyond our offices,
beyond our differences.
We are united by something greater than any one moment in time.
we
we
Our Washtenaw.
A leader committed to service, strategy, and results, guiding Washtenaw County with vision, collaboration, and a care for the community. Please welcome the Washtenaw County Administrator, Gregory Dill.
Hello, hello. Thank you, thank you, thank you all for being here, and thank you for this opportunity. It has been the honor of my life to be a member of this august body and to do the work of county government. You heard some of the comments from our elected leaders. The one that hits home for me the most is we move forward together. So thank you to all of you for being in this space again. And how about a round of applause for Debbie Dingo? Is Debbie still here? Thank you. Yeah. President Belanca, she's still here? Thank you. Thank you. Wow, it's been almost a decade. I sat in my office at home after the commissioners had taken action to appoint me as interim county administrator, and I scribbled a few notes. One of the notes was, how do we continue to move forward in the spirit of partnership? How do we build on a future that looks better than what we all inherited? And I think when I look out tonight, I am so proud to be a member of this county, and I am so proud of what we have been able to do together. I want to just for a moment talk to you about how great you guys look out here. As I look out into the office and into the audience, you all look fantastic. I learned a new term last week. I was leaving the house, and my daughter looked up from whatever she was doing, and she said, "Dad, your drip?" And she did like that. And I said to myself, what is she talking about? And it bothered me all the way to the office. So I'm driving down 94, and I'm like, what's wrong with my drip? What is my drip? All of these things. It bothered me so much that when I got to the office, Cammie and Tabitha were able to tell me what drip means. So for all of you seasoned leaders in this space, if you don't know what we're talking about, catch me after the event. I'll let you know what's happening here. So I have the great pleasure to introduce the Washtenaw County family. And we are, in my humble opinion, a committed group of leaders. And it is, again, the honor of my life to be thought of as a colleague of Washtenaw County government. I think we do a lot of things behind the scenes that don't make it to the light of day, but in the end, I think we're one of the best run counties in the country. So thank you all for all that you do. Yeah. And to the 9 of you down there, you are the power that moves this community forward. So thank you for what you do. I would like to now talk about the countywide electeds that are in the space today, and I'd ask you to stand and be recognized when I announce your name. Our Water Resources Commissioner, Gretchen Driscoll, is here. Thank you. Thank you. Our Sheriff, Alicia Dyer. Clerk Kestenbaum, thank you. Yeah. Ellie Savitt, our prosecutor. And Letitia Lamel Sharp, our treasurer. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Moving on to our 9 county commissioners. First, forgive me, I'm skipping over our judges. They're all listed here. I'm not sure if they're all in the audience, but what I did see was our Chief Judge of the Circuit Court, Pat Conlon. Is he here? Yeah. And District Court Chief Judge Anna Freshour. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Now to our 9 county commissioners. Again, you guys are the engine for our organization. You do a lot of great work for us. There are a lot of deep and complicated conversations, discussions that happen. And I am so proud of the 9 of you, the courage to do some of the things that we have done over the last 8 to 9 years. It's just phenomenal. And so I want to recognize all of you individually, starting with District 1 Commissioner Jason Maciejewski. District 2, Crystal Light. District 3, Shannon Beeman. District 4, Caroline Sanders. District 5, Justin Hodge. District 6, Annie Somerville. District 7, Andy Labar. District 8, Yusuf Rabi. Yeah. And District 9, Chair of the County Board of Commissioners, Katie Scott, who is right there. For those of you who can't see her, she's waving back there. Thank you for all that you do. Now, to the fuel that propels the work of county government, our 21 department heads. Too many for me to talk about individually, but collectively, just a powerful group. I'd ask that you all stand and be recognized. Again, it's an honor for me to call you all colleagues. Now, and I know that I will get in deep trouble for this next item, but I'm going to do it anyway. We are going to lose to retirement our Chief Financial Officer. She is someone that I started in this organization with well over 20 years ago. She has been a rock. She has guided us through and to a AAA bond rating. That's worthy of a clap. Not many counties have that. Our audits are spotless year over year, and it is through your leadership, Tina, that we are able to accomplish all those things. Tina, please stand and take a bow for your years of service at Washtenaw County. Now, if you guys don't mind, please indulge me in a moment of silence for a few of our community leaders that we have lost over the last 14 months. Thank you. You all know Bob Gunzo. He is... I remember my first meeting with anyone from this community. It was the final phase of an interview. I met with Bob Gunzo, and I remember how he made me feel so at home in Washtenaw County. And he is someone that I've talked to on a regular basis over the last few years, and I will miss him greatly. Catherine McClary, what can you say about Catherine? Just a tireless steward of our taxpayer resources, someone who was incredibly passionate about the work. Again, we will miss her. Melvin Parsons. Let me tell you guys just a real quick story about Melvin. A week before his passing, he asked me to breakfast. And at the time, I was trying to fit everything into my schedule. And he said, Greg, I really, really need to meet with you. And so we met. We had a great breakfast. We laughed and talked. And as we got up to depart, he gave me the bro hug, as he always does, but it was a different kind of hug. And I'm like, what's going on here? I know now what I didn't know that morning, And I wish I was more thoughtful about what the conversation entailed, and I wish there were some signs that I could have seen on that day. But I want to say to you all, it hurts my heart to see that Melvin Parsons has departed this place, and we didn't do all that we could to make him feel like this was a place for him to be. So I don't want to get emotional here, but I just want to say again, we don't know what another person is thinking or doing. We need to make sure that we stay connected to each other. We need to make sure that the humanity in all of us comes to the forefront in all cases. Thank you. And now, past, present, and possible. Wow. This is a long time coming. This is our first of many events. I want to thank you all again for being here. And I want to acknowledge our fellow. Is Irene in the space? Irene, please stand. Irene is a doctoral candidate at the University of Michigan in history and women's gender studies. She has helped chronicle what some of the things that you guys will see today. And she's also the architect of trying to convince us to see what matters most. We have been given a great responsibility to be stewards and follow our ancestors and understand that the stewards of the environment, the water and the land are now our responsibility. It also reminds me that this country belongs to all of us and not a few of us. So thank you, Irene, thank you. It has been an absolute pleasure. I'd like to close out my piece with a video of the history of Washtenaw County. It'll flow behind me, and when that video is complete, the next voice that you hear will be the chair of the Washtenaw County Board of Commissioners to present the state of the address. Thank you all, and thank you for being here.
Before there was a Washtenaw County, before there were cities, roads, or courthouses, this land already had a story. Long before American settlers arrived, this region was part of a thriving Anishinaabe world. This land was not empty, it was alive with movement, trade, and deep environmental knowledge. Potawatomi communities lived throughout what we now call Ann Arbor, Ypsilanti, and Saline. They cultivated crops, harvested maple sugar, and carefully stewarded the land for generations. What later settlers called wilderness was in truth a landscape shaped with intention and care. When French traders arrived, they didn't build new paths, they followed the ones already here. In 1809, Washtenaw County's first settlement and trading post, named Godfroy's Post, named after Gabriel Godfroy, set on a major Potawatomi trail on the west bank of the Huron River near present-day Ypsilanti. Trails like the Great Sauk Trail and the Potawatomi Trails became the first roads of this region. They are today's US 12, Michigan Avenue, North Territorial Road, and Dexter Portage Lake Road, to name a few. These native trails were the roadway engineering that connected people, goods, and cultures across the Great Lakes. Then came a turning point. In 1807, the Treaty of Detroit transferred vast tracts of land to the United States. To Michigan government officials, it was a transaction. To Native communities, it was an ongoing agreement of diplomacy and shared stewardship. But in practice, it opened the door to settlement and displacement. By 1823, the first American trading post was established by Benjamin Woodruff, called Woodruff Grove, about a mile southeast of present-day Ypsilanti on the Huron River. Even then, survival depended on indigenous knowledge and relationships. As more settlers arrived, the region began to take shape. Ann Arbor followed in 1824, established by John Allen and Elisha Walker Rumsey. Ypsilanti soon after in 1825. In 1826, Washtenaw County was formally established. Courthouses, roads, and institutions were built, laying the foundation for local government and community life. But this story is more than buildings and boundaries. It's a story of courage. Washtenaw County was the center of organized abolitionist activity. In 1836, the Michigan Anti-Slavery Society was founded in Ann Arbor at the First Presbyterian Church. Its membership included both black and white residents, among them African Americans like Asher Ray, who settled in Pittsfield Township in 1827 and purchased a farm along Michigan Avenue. From there, he helped lead Underground Railroad efforts that made the county a critical pathway toward freedom. Ann Arbor, Ypsilanti, and Dexter were often the last steps before Detroit, where enslaved people crossed into Canada. In the years that followed, this became a place where big questions were asked. Who belongs? Who has rights? Who gets to be heard? From abolition to women's suffrage, to the rise of institutions like the University of Michigan and Eastern Michigan University, Washtenaw County grew, not just in size, but in purpose. And through it all, one truth remains. This county was not built by one group alone. It was shaped by many hands, many voices, many stories. And generation after generation, people worked to make it better. That is the early story of Washtenaw County, a place made by many.
A leader committed to serving our community with clarity, collaboration, and purpose. Please welcome the chair of the Washtenaw County Board of Commissioners, Katie Scott.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. On behalf of the Board of Commissioners, welcome. I'm Katie Scott, chair of the Washtenaw County Board of Commissioners, and it is truly an honor to be here with all of you tonight. I want to begin by saying how meaningful it is to see this room filled with people who care so deeply about this community. Your presence reflects what makes Washtenaw County so special, a shared commitment to one another. I was thinking, watching those videos, about how many versions of Washtenaw County we each carry with us. Sometimes it's something small. Standing out by the water at Barton Pond, watching the light shift across it, or driving past the fields in the western part of the county where things feel just a little bit quieter, or even sitting in rooms like this where you know people are here because they care that much. That's what this place feels like to me. And wow, you guys, those videos we watched were super powerful too. They reminded us that the story of Washtenaw County is not just a timeline of events. It's a story of people, of resilience, of progress, of moments when this community came together to meet challenges and build something together. They also remind us that history is not something distant. It's something we are actively shaping. Every decision we make, every investment we prioritize, every partnership we build, all of it becomes part of the story that will be told about this moment. And that's both a privilege and a responsibility. So before I move into the meat and potatoes of the state of the county, I want to ask, did anybody recognize the voice of God, the MC, in the evening? Any guesses? This is the audience participation part. Anybody? No. Nobody? Kevin Mearshart, that's right. That was WEMU's own Kevin Mearshart. Let's give him a little clap. Kevin shows up to all of our board meetings and he stays till the very end, which, as some of you know, can be quite late. We've even had missing person reports called in about attendees at some of our late night meetings. So, Kevin, we really appreciate you and your work, and we definitely value WEMU You help keep our community stay informed, and you definitely help democracy stay alive. So let's get into something more serious. When we talk about the work of county government, it can be easy to think in terms of departments and programs and budgets. In fact, we have a whole season in the fall we call budget season. If that doesn't excite you, I don't know what does. But the thing is, at its core, this work is about people. It's about whether somebody can see a doctor when they need to, whether a family can stay in their home, whether a young person has support during a mental health crisis, whether a veteran who served this country can access the benefits they've earned. That's the work. And across Washtenaw County, that's where we're making real, measurable impact. Over the past several years, our community has faced challenges that have tested all of us. I think we can all look back on the COVID-19 pandemic and remember how that was one of those moments. As many of you know, my day job is a nurse in the ICU. And so I know firsthand the feeling of losing 642 members of our community to COVID-19 related deaths. And we all carry that loss with us. But we also saw something powerful. We saw a community come together. Our public health team worked around the clock, bringing testing, vaccines, and trusted information directly into neighborhoods. Community partners and residents stepped up. And because of that collective effort, Washtenaw County had a death rate less than half of the state average. What that means is lives were saved by the work we do here at the county. And that same commitment continues today. When a tuberculosis outbreak impacted more than 170 people across multiple locations, our public health team moved in quickly, testing, treating, and ultimately stopping the spread. Right now, a measles outbreak. I mean, who would have thought we'd be saying that in 2026, but here we are. And our health department is working day and night to track exposure locations, to encourage and educate vaccinations and curb the outbreak. The very fact that there are over 1,000 food establishments that you can go to and feel confident in the safety of the kitchens and the food you are getting is a testimony to our health department. It's the reason you don't get food poisoning. And tens of thousands of children in our schools receive vision and hearing screenings provided by the health department. And they help identify those challenges early so that every child here in Washtenaw County has the chance to learn, to grow, and to succeed. But we also know that health is about more than services. It's also about access and stability. And it's about equity. Because in Washtenaw County, we're proud to be a place of opportunity, but we also must be honest. Not everyone experiences that opportunity equally. We see it in differences of life expectancy and in access to care. We see it in who is most impacted by a crisis. And just as we talked about very early in the COVID-19 pandemic, we saw this disparity and worked to intervene. That's why our work can't just respond, it has to also remove barriers. And nowhere is that more clear than in our work in mental health. Over the past year, we've expanded crisis response so that anyone facing a mental health emergency can access help 24/7. We've invested in mobile crisis teams, navigation services, and care rooted in community. We've partnered across the county to expand access for young people, adults, and older adults. And through public awareness campaign efforts like the Wish You Knew campaign, we're working to reduce the stigma and open the door to conversations that save lives. Because this is not separate from healthcare. It is healthcare, and it deserves the same urgency, compassion, and commitment. We're also seeing the impact of this work and how we support our veterans. Through our Veterans Affairs Office, 68 veterans were prevented from losing their housing. Over $250,000 in emergency relief was provided, and more than $90 million in federal benefits were secured, bringing resources back into this community for those who have served our country. That's not just service delivery, that's dignity, and that is respect, and that is Washtenaw County keeping our promise, even as the federal government erodes their benefits to these men and women who served all of us. Here, a little clap. Underlying all of that is a simple but powerful idea. Access to health care should not be a privilege, it should be a right. Through the Washtenaw Health Project, we've built one of the most comprehensive local models in the state, helping residents navigate coverage, access care, and find support when they have nowhere else to turn. It's a reminder that when we work together, we can build something that truly works for people. And while investing in people is foundational, we also know that stability begins with something even more fundamental, a place to call home. If investing in people is foundational to a strong community, then housing is where that foundation begins. Some of you have heard my story about my little house, and when I come home at night, I walk through the doors and say, "Hello, house." I really do it every night, as if it were a living, breathing entity. And I think what that does is emphasize how much calm and safety I feel when I get home. And yet we know for too many people in our community, that stability is not guaranteed. Both nationally and locally, we are in a housing crisis. Rising costs, limited supply, and long-standing inequities have made it harder for people to find and keep a place called home. So our work as a county is clear. We must continue to expand access to housing, create pathways to ownership, and ensure stability is not out of reach for those who call this community home. We here at the county do this work in tangible ways across many offices, but most notably through our Office of Community and Economic Development, or as we call it, OCED. And one of the things I want to talk to you about is in Ypsilanti, near Depot Town, Dorsey Estates shows us what is possible when we invest intentionally in housing. This development created 46 affordable homes, supported in part by the county's Brownfield Authority. We also provided nearly $1 million in down payment assistance, opening the door for home ownership for families who may never have imagined that. That's generational change. And yet, we know that housing doesn't begin and end with development. Sometimes the challenge is simply navigating the system, where to go, who to call, and what help is available when the crisis hits. That's why we've strengthened our Washtenaw Housing Access for Washtenaw County, HAWC, our centralized call center and coordinated entry system. When someone is facing housing insecurity or homelessness, they have a place to turn. This system brings partners together across the county so no one has to navigate this challenge alone. Because in moments of crisis, finding the right door can make all the difference. At the same time, we're working to address financial stability. Through the Washtenaw County Financial Empowerment Center, residents have access to free one-on-one financial counseling, support with budgeting, debt reduction, building credit, and preparing for the future. And in moments of acute need, that support has expanded even further, providing direct cash assistance to individuals experiencing homelessness during the winter months. The work we do is not just about having a place to live, it's about having the tools to stay there. One of the things I'm really proud of is that in November 2024, Washtenaw County voters, all of you, passed the older adults millage to support services for residents 60 and older. That's a number I'm getting perilously close to, so extra thank you, Washtenaw County. But so seriously though, for older adults in our community, having connection and access to resources is critical. With these millage dollars, we've expanded our senior meal network, bringing meals, services, and community spaces into more corners of the county, including those that have been historically underrepresented. We're providing free transportation to any adult age 60 and over through the People's Express, Jewish Family Services, and Washtenaw Area Value Express. That's WAVE. And part of the funding has also been for capital improvements at senior centers, which serve as a hub for seniors and throughout, a hub for support and community throughout Washtenaw County. And this reflects our commitment to ensuring that people can age with dignity and community. Stability alone, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you to all of you for doing that. But stability alone, it's not enough. For generations, access to home ownership and the opportunity it creates has not been equitable. And that's why our treasurer is focused on equity, stability, and building community wealth, restoring pathways to home ownership, addressing historical discrimination, and creating housing solutions that last. So thank you, Treasurer Sharp. Taken together, this is what it looks like to invest in housing and economic stability, essential work. But we also have a duty to manage the resources entrusted to us. Okay, so now friends, we've talked a lot about what we've done, and now I'm going to get into a little bit of the wonky part, which judging by the number of elected officials in the room might be the most interesting part to you. But it's just as important to talk about how we run government, because at the end of the day, every service we provide, every investment we make, and every outcome we achieve depends on how well we steward the resources entrusted to us and how thoughtfully and transparently we do that work. Our responsibility is simple: to ensure that every dollar reflects the values and priorities of this community. Over the past several years, we've taken important steps to strengthen how we manage our resources, in particular with our budget and how we think about it. Traditionally, government budgets are built around line item categories like salaries and supplies and equipment, but that doesn't come close to telling the full story. So we've transitioned to something we call program-based budgeting. Instead of asking, what are we spending? We're asking, what are we doing and what impact does it have? Across Washtenaw County, that work has resulted in the identification and mapping of nearly 400 distinct programs, each tied to specific services, outcomes, and community needs. This provides us a clearer picture of how resources connect to the work we do every day. And just as importantly, we have a clearer understanding of our constraints. After the federal government transition that took place in 2025, the Board of Commissioners requested a resource management overview. We asked the questions, what money do we have? How much is mandated for services? And what is earmarked for specific projects? And finally, what's left? So when Finance completed the resource management report, we found that 71% of our budget is mandated for state and federal requirements, which means that true flexibility is really quite limited. So we have to be intentional and strategic. And listen, you heard this from Administrator Dill. Our commitment to stewardship has not gone unnoticed. Washtenaw County continues to be recognized at the national level for excellence in financial reporting. In fact, we are the only county in the state of Michigan to hold what is known as the Triple Crown in public finance. That means receiving top honors for our budget, financial reporting, and our ability to communicate that information clearly to the public. That recognition reflects something important, a commitment not to just doing the work, but doing it well. And responsible government is not only about managing resources, it's about building the infrastructure that sustains them. For example, we upgraded our website, making it easier to navigate and more responsive to the needs of our community. We modernized our phone systems, improving its reliability while also reducing costs. From county facilities and service centers to sustainability upgrades like solar energy, electric vehicle charging, and energy efficient systems, we're building a functional foundation that's forward-looking and reduces long-term costs. It will increase resilience, and it will ensure that our facilities can meet the needs of this community for years to come. But you know that the strength of any system comes down to the people behind it and how well we support them. Our HR team is focused on bringing in good people and making sure they feel supported enough to stay. I truly believe that Washtenaw County has some of the best staff in the state, some of the smartest and most passionate, dedicated people. I was going to ask if you could stand, also stand if you work for Washtenaw County. I see you all sitting there. Stand, stand. That's great. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You're really phenomenal people. So I'm going to say that the same commitment we have to stewardship and managing resources, it guides how we care for the land, water, and the environment that define this place. So I'm going to tell you a home truth right now. Washtenaw County is beautiful. Washtenaw County is a place defined by its natural beauty. Our rivers, our lakes, our parks, our open spaces, they're a part of who we are. They shape how we live, how we connect, and how we experience this community. And protecting them is not optional, it is essential. Across the county, we're making intentional investments to protect our environment and prepare for the future. Through our Water Resources Office, we've secured nearly $600,000 in grants to support stormwater management and green infrastructure. Thank you to our Water Resources Commissioner Gretchen Driscoll for this work. These investments are helping us plant trees, build rain gardens, and improve water quality, all while preparing for the increasing challenges of more frequent and intense storms. Because climate change is not a distant issue. It is already impacting our infrastructure, our neighborhoods, and our natural systems. We're also investing in dam safety, or should I say the safety of our dams. That's probably... Thanks for getting my dam joke. We're also investing in the safety of our dams and flood protection, upgrading aging systems, and preparing our communities for what's ahead. It's complex, long-term work, but it's essential to keeping people safe and communities resilient. From regulating hazardous materials and preventing pollution to supporting recycling programs in schools across the county, we are doing it. Did you know that Washtenaw County hosts large-scale cleanup days, removing hundreds of thousands of pounds of waste? And for many of our rural residents and farmers, even something like disposing of tires can be a real challenge, and we help make that possible. That's what comprehensive stewardship looks like, protecting what we have improving what we can, and ensuring that future generations inherit something better. Nowhere is that more visible than in our parks and natural areas. Across Washtenaw County, we've built more than 42 miles of the Border to Border Trail, and I've ridden more than 20 of them so far on my bike, and that connects communities in safe, non-motorized transportation options. It gives residents new ways to experience the outdoors. When I'm on the Border to Border Trail, I see families with kids on their big wheels. I see older adults with walkers. I see people on their bikes, people walking their dogs. And the scenery along the trail is beautiful. The trail is more than a path, it's a connector. And we also invest in our natural areas. For more than 25 years, Natural Areas Preservation Program has been quietly doing some of the most important work in this county, protecting land, preserving ecosystems. You'll hear a lot about different lizards and things like that if you talk to the gnat people. It's kind of fun. And keeping open spaces accessible to the public. These are places for reflection and recreation and connection to nature. And I've been making my way through all of them. My goal is to visit every single one by the end of the year. I'm gonna have to seriously commit to make it though. These are investments that don't just serve us today, they endure. And so this is what stewardship looks like, caring for something that's been entrusted to us. And it calls us to something deeper, ensuring that the benefits of this work are shared across the entire community. As we reflect on the work across this county, the investments in people, the expansion of housing and opportunity, the stewardship of our resources and environment, we're led to a deeper question. Who's this progress reaching? Because it matters whether the systems we build create opportunity for everyone or only for some. In Washtenaw County, we've made a clear commitment. Equity is not a side note, it's central to how we do this work. That commitment is reflected in the creation of our Racial Equity Office and the continued implementation of our Racial Equity Blueprint. The blueprint is a roadmap guiding how we evaluate decisions, allocate resources, and ensure that policies are not only effective, but fair. And you can see it in action. Every resolution that comes before the board includes an equity impact, because equity is a consideration in every policy decision we make at the table. One example is how we invest resources through efforts like the Community Priority Fund, which supports grassroots community-based organizations. We also look inward with initiatives like the Advisory Council on Reparations, helping us better understand and address the lasting impacts of historical harm. And we're also thinking ahead, especially when it comes to young people. We're developing a Youth Assessment and Resource Center, or YARC, and it's a different kind of a system where you can access support and guidance and opportunity without being pushed deeper into systems that were never designed to serve them well. Because if we're serious about equity, we have to start early. We have to create pathways, not barriers. This equity work requires intention and the willingness to listen and to change and to stay committed, even when the work is complex and progress takes time. But this work we do, it's not just about addressing challenges, it's also about possibility. And so, as we come towards the end of tonight, I want to return to a simple idea that carried us through this conversation. What's possible? Because this isn't only about what we've done, it's about what comes next. And if you want to understand what's possible in Washtenaw County, you don't have to look far. You can see it taking shape right now on the east side of our county. Hey. The Eastern Washtenaw County Community and Recreation Center, it's more than a building. It's a vision. It's a vision for those who've lived in this community for decades. And from the beginning, this effort has been grounded in affordability and accessibility, because a space like this only matters if it's truly open to everyone, especially those who have been too often left out of investments like this. And when you listen to the community, the impact becomes clear. As one leader put it, we want to save lives, and we think this center can do it. That's a powerful statement. And that's what's possible when we lead with equity. And so as we look ahead to what's possible, we also want to take time to celebrate. So we have several events for this year. First, in partnership with the African American Cultural and History Museum, we're offering free bus and walking tours that invite residents to experience firsthand the rich and often untold Underground Railroad history woven throughout Washtenaw County. You can scan the QR code tonight and be one of the first to register for the events. We also have a collaboration with Destination Ann Arbor, Embracing Our Differences, and the Washtenaw County Parks Commission. And so we're highlighting public art installations along the border-to-border trail, accompanied by a self-guided map for residents to explore and experience at their own pace. And in partnership with the MSU Extension and 4-H, we are excited to host a youth rodeo. This youth rodeo is going to celebrate the deep agricultural roots of Washtenaw County while creating a fun, hands-on experience for young people and families. I'm already getting ready to dance. Yeah. The Legacy Gala, finally, the last big event for the year, will bring our community together in support of the Eastern Washtenaw Community and Recreation Center, helping us to turn what's possible into reality, and we'll have more details on that to come soon. So at this point, what I would like to do is welcome my fellow commissioners to please come with me up here on stage. And Administrator Dill.
While they're making their way up,
yeah.
I don't want us to leave this space without recognizing the mayors that are in in the audience. I think our senators are here as well as our state reps. Thank you all for all that you do. Can we make space to invite the administrative team up here whenever you go?
So the commissioners coming up, they're going around the long way. But I'm going to tell you in order. This is how I remember it. The order we sit at the table. So I'll have Commissioner Crystal Light, Commissioner Caroline Sanders. Maybe I should wait till they come and just introduce them as they come on the stage. Here they come. Commissioner Crystal Light, right in the order I said. Commissioner Caroline Sanders, Commissioner Shannon Beeman, Commissioner Jason Maciejewski, Commissioner Andy Labar, Commissioner Justin Hodge, Commissioner Annie Somerville. Oh, Commissioner Yusuf Rabi! Yay! This job that we have, it's not a one-person job, and we operate as a board of commissioners working with shared values and vision for this county. So, to the board. Greg, you want to have, you want to have the administrative team too?
What the administrative team, where I see Andrew, Cammie, Tabitha, Brady, and Terrence. Where are you?
And Ashley.
Ashley, please come up.
Ashley can't come.
Ashley can't come. Ashley can't come out. I just want you guys to see these individuals. They work tirelessly to make sure that the needs of this community are managed in the most appropriate way. Thank you, guys. Katie, you are fantastic.
I'm going to say one more quick thing because the person who can't come up here is Ashley Hall because she's operating scenes that are happening and words for me. These words aren't on the screen, so no, I'm ad-libbing. But I really want to give a hand to Ashley Hall, who did a yeoman's work to prepare for tonight. Thank you. So finally, let me just say to you, I came to Washtenaw County, like so many people do here, as an undergraduate. I was hopeful, I had a few stars in my eyes. I was not entirely sure what my path would be. But this community helped shape me. It helped me build me into the person I am today, and it grounded me in values of acceptance and belonging and care for one another. I can go back to a journal entry that I had in 1995 where I wrote that my goal was to build a life here in Washtenaw County. And here I am. And what I think about now is the next generation of young people arriving here and the people who are living here. They're all hopeful and searching, and they're all full of possibility. And so our responsibility is to make sure that this county remains a place where they can build a life to, a place that's open and welcoming and affordable, a place where opportunity is real no matter your background, a place where people can belong, because that's how we honor the past, not just by remembering it, but by continuing the trajectory that brought us here. And that's what will carry this community forward into the next 200 years. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yay! Thank you. You're free. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You were fantastic.